Unacceptable. Left click, you miss. There's a crushed ass spider on the ground over here. Damn. Whoever stepped on that spider has ruined my only hopes of becoming Spooderman. They have ruined me.
Jordan?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have to tell you this. Spider-Man's not real.
What? What do you mean?
Like, he's fake. He's a character.
I'm not sure I'm following. Hang on. So he's a character.
Like, there's no real Spider-Man. Like, if you went to New York, you wouldn't see Spider-Man.
Wait, so you mean that I bought the trip to New York to see him?
He's not real. He's fictional.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll be back.
I don't know how he's gonna take this.
Fuck! Alright, I'm back.
I'm sorry to do that to you. Oh, check the ASMR here. That sounded fucking awful. I can only imagine.
Your dad. I just picture your dad reaching for the door handle, and he hears that and he's like, what? He's like, I have more areas.
You know
to
what?
do.
I got other things I gotta do. I gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the post office, even though they're not open because it's Saturday.
You know? Did you know this was bottled at the source?
Like the Crystal Geyser?
Yes, the Alpine Spring Water Crystal Geyser Natural. Yeah.
God damn. It's interesting because Poland Spring actually isn't bottled at a Poland Spring. It's bottled at a bottling plant in Maine.
Okay. They just use, like, urinal water or something?
Yeah, actually, there's a bar in Maine called
Poland Spring?
It's called Bobby's. And all the piss from the urinals gets filtered down to one funnel and it goes into a big truck. And that's where they pour the Poland Spring out of.
That made sense. Yeah.
That's it. We're synced.
Are we officially synced?
We're synced.
Are we like in sync like that band?
Yeah, we're NSYNC, dude.
I know everyone always like emphasizes it like in sync. I'm like, it's in sync.
There's an N, yeah. It's like the Weekend.
The weekend. The weekend.
The Weekend.
Fucking weekend.
Let's get this show on the road.
We're going on the road?
Yeah.
Tour, baby. We just show up to a random bar. We're like, we're here, get over it. It's
Do you
no
think
big
we
deal.
could pool all our money together and finance a tour?
It'd be a short-lived
And
tour.
no one would show up.
It would. We certainly could. It would be a very short-lived tour, but we'd maybe make it like from here to. I'm thinking like North Carolina.
We could use like New York City, Boston, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We could play like Atlantic City.
Fuck it, Chris. Fuck it. We're doing the halftime show next year.
We're doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
If they go to the Super Bowl halftime, we'd get low and we're like, hello and welcome.
And it's an hour-long halftime show. It's just a live podcast.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, hello and welcome to the 88th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our co-host, Jordan.
That's me.
That's him.
I'm here.
Jordan.
Yeah.
We're on a time crunch today and this weekend.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, this podcast, platforms, what are they?
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, the RSS Feed, Pocket Cast, all that shit. We've said it a million times. We've actually said it 88 times, roughly.
Yeah.
So you should know by now, and if you don't, get out. And as always, contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me.
Yes.
Comments, questions, concerns, and death threats. Also, Instagram and TikTok. Linked below. Give us some shit there. Give us some messages. Give us some suggestions. The YouTube comment section. And, yeah. I love how we're like, time crunch, speed up the intro, but it's still an hour-long episode regardless.
Well, yeah. So, just to cap the show off, just to start the show, because it's the biggest piece of news that's happened to me ever. The Prius. I have an update. Totaled.
Like, totally totaled.
Like, totaled. They're giving me... Well, they were going to give me 67, but they had to take out my deductible. So they're giving me 65. Or 64.
Nice.
So I didn't lose any money.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
It's a W.
Prius is totaled.
Goodbye. Let's have a moment of silence for the Prius. Okay, thank you.
I said a little prayer.
Little prayer. I mean, it's dead anyway, so...
I mean, it will live on.
It's crossing over to the oil lands. May your gears forever be greased.
There's no gears, it's a CVT.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit, may your fucking chain be greased forever, baby.
Lube that belt.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's just totaled. So I bought the car, drove the car for 5 minutes, totaled it, and now it's gone.
So overall, how would you like? How do you like a Prius? Like,
how would I rate my Prius experience?
Yeah.
I think it's a fine car.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a first car, or like you don't give a shit about cars, and you want something a little weird, and it's gonna be fuel efficient,
super fuel efficient,
just get a Prius.
I
think it's fine. If you don't give a shit about the fuel efficiency, get a Corolla.
Yeah.
Because the Corolla is a little more accessible. You can probably get one cheaper. You can get one in a stick shift if you want that. So I think, I think it's a fine car.
Yeah. There you go. That's your very educated review, because I know you had a ton of experience with
like
the
your
car.
girlfriend or wife would like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
But I did want to top off by saying, did anybody watch the April Fool's thing? That was pretty good. Pretty good. We did a little April Fool's trolling. So,
dude, I didn't watch it.
Damn. Fuck.
I didn't even watch mine, and I edited it.
Fuck.
I edited it.
Edited it?
Yeah.
Edited it? But, yeah, we did an April Fool's thing. Hopefully, it was kind of funny. And we want to do more skits in the future.
It was mildly humorous.
You get the funny bone tingling.
Just a little
bit of pringling tingling.
On the funny bone, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you didn't bang it on the table, you might have just like gently caressed it across the table, and you're like, "Oh!"
You gave it a little fondle.
A little fondling. We do a little fondling here, so.
Most of the time we do.
But yeah. So hope you guys watched it. If not, go watch it, and let us know what you think. So it was pretty fun. It was cool to do. It was hard.
It was rather difficult. So like, if you're noticing that the editing on both of ours sucks dick, that's why.
Yeah.
Because
we are not professionals.
It was difficult to do, and there was definitely a much better way we could do it, but it would have taken like a bit longer. So.
Yeah. So before we get into the usual of like, hey, how you doing, Chris? Why don't you tell everyone why we're on a time crunch? What project are we doing? It's not for the podcast, unfortunately.
It's not a podcast project. It is. I am taking up the entire weekend of two of my friends so that they can do a film project with me for my film class. So, my film class, I started this film class, and the end of the term is like right around the corner.
Isn't it like a month away, right?
Less than that.
Damn.
It's like, I think finals start on like the 26th.
Shit.
Or the 28th or something.
That is close.
So, we're like almost done, but I don't have a final exam in my film class. I have a final project. So, I was given two options. I was the only one who took this second option, but the first option was a lengthy paper. And I believe it was a comparison of like, it's either 2 or 4 of the films that we watched. Like, all about, like, similarities and differences. I think. Because I only briefly read that one because I don't care.
Right.
And then my second option was, you can make a short film, and you have to do a script, like a properly formatted script, give or take. And it had to be between, like, 8 and 15 minutes.
Yep.
So I did that. I wrote the script. And, I was like, yeah, this will be easy. I'll get some people on board to do this with me. And then I realized, like, I don't have as much time as I thought I did.
Yeah.
So, we have 2 days to film everything.
Yeah.
So, I feel
Which
like...
it should be manageable.
After the podcast today, we'll probably have, I don't know, 4 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah. To do all the prereq stuff, the early stuff.
And then we have, like, a solid 7 or 8 tomorrow
Yeah.
to make 11 minutes. So
what he's saying is we're doing like 13 hours of work for 11 minutes of content. That right there, that's ROI. That's return on investment.
Hey, that's
Just
nothing
saying.
compared to actual movies.
Oh, where it's like 6 months for an hour.
When actual movies are shot, they'll film for like 14 hours, and the result of all that filming and performance is like 35 seconds of the actual film.
It's like one scene.
Yeah, so it's fucking crazy.
It's like, oh, you spent 2 years on this? Oh, it's an hour and a half long film? Oh, okay.
But I'm not working with professionals here. I'm working with me. And I've never made an actual short film before. I've definitely dabbled in film, but never anything like too crazy.
Yep. So.
And I haven't made like a narrative-driven film since I was like in middle school.
Yeah.
I made one, and I didn't have like a script or anything. I had like an idea, and I just riffed, and then I made it all in iMovie on my MacBook.
Damn.
I used to be a Mac owner.
So that. I'm assuming that's before your balls dropped, right? Because that's usually the behavior of a
Well, yeah,
Mac
I was
owner.
11, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a spoiled piece of shit. My dad bought me a MacBook for Christmas one year.
Damn.
I was a spoiled piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn, bro. Spoiled POS.
I was kind of a big deal. I was kind of rich.
As the curtain falls down, you're like...
That's before I understood that, like, oh shit, $1,000 is like a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, and like you could spend that on something that would give you much better returns.
Like I could get several things.
Yeah.
Um.
Now Chris is like, $1,000 for a MacBook or new tires. We'll go with the new tires.
Yeah, it's like $1,000. I could get a laptop, or I could pay off my credit card debt.
or I could redirect that to the IRS. But fun fact, they already emptied my bank account, so I don't have $1,000.
Bro,
this is all hypothetical.
imagine paying taxes. Imagine unironically paying taxes. I paid my taxes this year. It's a joke.
I'll show you the fucking form.
I'll show you my entire form, uncensored, social security number and everything.
Yeah, workplace address, everything.
Oh yeah,
Full name, everything.
The whole thing, my license number, everything. Picture of my license.
Yeah.
A picture of one of my
high
checks.
def photo too. We're gonna make sure it's a high def.
Oh yeah,
so
it's gonna be It's gonna be 8K.
Yep. Shoot on a Red Dragon camera.
So we get like $120,000 film camera for this. So that's what we're doing this weekend.
Yeah, a little film project. We're gonna do a
Myself-
little drug dealing.
It's about a drug deal. It's the drugs are fake, the guns are fake. You know, I had a meeting with our boss yesterday morning, and I was telling him about this film project. I'm like, we're gonna be busy boys this weekend, and our friend Jason's also involved. He's a big guy.
The guy I built the PC for back like 40 episodes ago.
He's a big guy. Like, he's muscular, right? And he works out. He's athletic or whatever. But and I said that Jason's the guard. He's the goon.
My guard, baby. My backup.
Right? He said, okay, so yeah, so he's the one that's gonna, like, you know, protect Jordan. He goes, yeah. I go, yeah. He goes, so what does Jordan have? I go, the gun. And he goes, like a gun? I go, yeah. He goes, he's not gonna bring his real gun. I'm like, no, what are you, fucking stupid?
Oh, I thought that was the plan, Chris. I was gonna bring my real 12 gauge and put it in your mouth.
I was like, no, I'm not fucking retarded.
Yes, that's funny. I mean, it's a good question. He's just trying to be a dad.
I
but
know,
still.
and I love him, and he's very endearing, and he's just looking out for my best interests. And I said, I'm not taking a fucking chance like that. Because if a mishap happens with the airsoft gun, gets hit, oof, a little welt, a little welt. A mishap happens with the 12 gauge, someone fucking dies actually for real.
Fuck.
Don't fuck around with real guns.
No.
Don't fuck around with guns.
Nope.
You can own guns, you can shoot guns, that's fine. Just do so safely.
Yeah.
Do not point a gun at anything you don't want to kill.
Even if you asked me to use my real gun, I would have immediately said no. I would have been like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think I said that to him. I said, if I asked Jordan to do that, he would say, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I would have been like, no.
No,
we can buy
absolutely
numerous
not.
substitutes. Like, Like,
I would rather
use a wooden stick.
I would use finger guns before I used, like, if that was my only other option.
Right. That's funny. I don't know why I just find that so funny because I can just picture him like being
Like
serious.
he was concerned.
Right, because that's how he is.
Like,
right?
oh fuck, okay. This is not what I meant.
Yeah.
Airsoft guns. We're using airsoft guns.
That's great. I love how when this idea was posed to me and you were like, yeah, we need guns for it. I didn't be like, you want me to bring my real gun? It was immediately like, I was like, yeah, you have the airsoft guns over there, we'll use those.
Yeah, I got all these airsoft guns just chilling.
Neither of us even acknowledged the fact that we could use real guns because we just know how absolutely buffoonish that is, dude.
Buffoonish.
It's fucking buffoolish. It's deadly. So, in seriousness, though, don't fuck around with real guns or anything fake.
Do not. Even BB guns, not like necessarily airsoft guns, but like BB and pellet guns.
Pellet guns especially.
Pellet guns especially, that could like really fuck you up still.
Yeah.
So just like anything else, be safe.
Yeah.
Wear safety glasses.
I'm gonna come in with fucking Kevlar.
Wear safety glasses. Make sure people are out of your line of fire. Wear a condom. Do whatever.
Over the gun barrel.
Yeah.
It's a fucking suppressor.
They actually do that at airsoft ranges. They put a little condom over the barrel so you don't accidentally fire.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because obviously trigger discipline's a little looser at airsoft ranges.
Yeah. Right. I love the video of the guy who's at an actual gun range shooting a handgun and it like jams or something.
Oh, and he like looks down the barrel.
He's looking and the guy sees him like the instructor
and like tackles
he sprints over and he fucking grabs him and like pins him and he's like, no. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Dude.
Do not fuck with guns.
Like, hang on.
That's the problem, I think. This is why we have so many problems with guns here, is because people are too fucking stupid. Yeah. Like, I feel like if we bumped the IQ of the nation, like, I don't know, 10 points, there would be so much less gun bullshit going on. People just have guns and just understand, like, oh, this is like a self-defense measure. It's like, Jordan, have you ever taken, like, karate or kung fu?
No, I always wanted to, but I haven't actually taken it.
So, I did karate.
But they tell you not to.
Yeah, I did karate when I was, like, 6.
Yeah.
I was pretty fucking good at it. I'm not going to brag. I could not do karate now.
Yeah.
But I did it when I was, like, 6. And they were like, even then, they were like, this is only for self-defense, because if you know how to, like, fight, you're fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Well, when you get a black belt, if I'm not mistaken, they make you register, like, your hands and feet as weapons, essentially.
Is that real?
Yeah, like, as far as I know, they make you, like, actually, like, it's something that needs to be documented.
Like, you're fucking a dangerous individual.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, so, if people just took that same mentality with guns, it's like, this is my self-defense measure.
Yeah.
Not like, I'm just gonna go and set this bitch off in public.
Yeah. The way I kind of look at guns is, like, there has to be a mutual respect between the gun owner / operator and the gun, where I have to, on one hand, I can't be afraid of the thing. I need to be able to operate it without shitting my pants, right?
Yeah.
But I need to be conscientious of the fact that at any moment, a mistake is not just like a oopsie. It's like oh fuck, I blew my own leg off. I fucking blew my own head off. Like, you need to have that understanding.
Oh shit, I fucking shot my kid in the chest and he died instantly.
Like, I've showed numerous car leads my guns when they've come up. I've showed the draft man, and immediately he walks in, I grab it instead of being like, "Hey, yo, check this out," or like when I showed you guys,
this out.
I'm over here. I literally like pumped the thing 7 times. I'm like, okay, nothing's coming out, empty. Here you go. And I know, and he himself is a licensed gun owner, but still, as the actual owner of the gun, it's my responsibility to just be like, "Hey, this is safe for you to look at." And, you know.
When we were at the draft man's house, we looked at his guns. We were all very, very safe with them.
Right. Like, I only stuck it right against Chris's head twice.
Yeah, like Jordan, he, like, cocked the slide back. He was like, I don't think there's a bullet in here. And he put it against my head and he pulled the trigger. And it clicked.
And then I cocked it back and put a real bullet in and said, okay, now there's a bullet.
And then he did the same thing and he shot me in the head.
Yeah. That's why I said
flat. Yeah, so do not fuck around with guns.
Yeah. But,
Moving on.
So, Chris, what have you been up to? What's going on?
Bro, fucking stressing. That's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to. I've been stewing, perhaps.
Brothing.
Brewing. I've been stressing, dude. It's the end of the term. I got 3, like, decently large projects I have to do before, like, the 25th.
Now, hypothetically, Chris, have you thought of this?
No.
Projects or just blowing your teacher.
That could work.
Could work. You do have succulent lips.
Because, like, this film project that we're doing is the only one I want to work on.
Right.
My other professor that I have, I have a coding project for,
Ugh.
I could probably work something out with him, you know what I'm saying?
A little bit of side hustling.
Just kind of like...
Oh, the old Indian sunburn technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you do is you get the heat. You gotta steam it up to
you gotta wait till the smoke comes out.
Yeah, 110 Fahrenheit. That's peak temperature.
110 Celsius.
Then you spit on it. And then, right, you get this, like, steam. You get this kind of this mist.
Yeah.
And then, that's when you go in for the final touch. Yes.
That was fucking foul. Imagine that looked disgusting in the video.
That was foul. Are we gonna get banned off TikTok again?
But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I also have considered this. That final project for that class that I was just talking about is only worth 25% of my grade. I have a 96. So I could just not fucking do it. Or his requirements for getting a 60, which is a D, like the lowest grade you can get.
Yeah.
Like an F is a 59 and a D is a 60. His requirements for that are so fucking low that I might just turn in the bare minimum.
Right.
And just be like, here you go, just fucking look at this shit.
I mean, I don't know your teacher, but I just have a feeling like the effort you've put into this that I've seen anyway. I think you'll get a good grade in the film project. Even if it's halfway decent.
The film project? Oh, yeah. Any day of the week.
Yeah, I think you'll do real good with that. You're probably
I talked to her about the script. Like, I've been talking to her about it. And I sent her, like, the original draft. And I had brushed up the draft, and I haven't sent her the one that I have now. But, like, we need to do this thing. So the only edits I'll be making is for the sake of grading.
Right.
She said it was great overall, and the dialogue seems very natural. And I'm sure once we're actually there, we'll put more of our own flair onto it.
Right.
A little bit of improvisation.
I'm just like, it gets real. I pull out the real gun. I'm like, listen, bitch, give me the shit.
He pulls out the real gun. He actually kills me.
She's like, wow, the editing was just phenomenal.
And I'm just like there with a hole in my chest.
You're like, yeah, minor scar. Pulls the shirt.
Yeah, just a little incident happened.
Just like a 3-inch hole.
And because I had a different idea for a film, but I decided it was going to be too much fucking work because it was going to be like a moonshining bit, like from the moonshining days. And I was like, that's going to take way too much fucking work to do.
Yeah.
That's going to be like, I need clothes and period props and things.
Yeah.
And I explained to her, like, I can do it a lot easier and cheaper this way. And she goes, well, you shouldn't really spend money on this. And I go, I know. I can do this to your standard for free.
Yeah.
But this is about doing it to my standard.
If you're gonna
I want it to look nice
yeah.
for me. This is more of a proof of concept for me because I do want to do other short films in the future.
Right, and even, like, I have a slight stake in the race, too, because, like, once I found out the part I was playing was a little more important than just, like, hey, be the cameraman, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want it to look good, too, because I'm going to be fucking in it.
Yeah.
So, I want to deliver my lines well. I have motivation,
If it ends up, like, I can obscure any... If there's, like, no obvious, like, personal information or anything that ends up accidentally in the final cut, I may release it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking we could. That would be cool.
I don't know. I'll have to cut the credit sequence because it's going to have all of our full names in it. Right. And I'd rather not.
But that's fine. Yeah, you can cut that. But maybe we can even put, like, highlights from it, too. Like, if certain stuff is personal, just like little snippets. But
I don't think it'd be cool, that bad, but...
It shouldn't be. I mean...
You never know.
We can also probably be conscientious of that, too. But as best as we can. So
as good as it can be.
It'll be cool, though, I think, so...
I think it'll be neat. And, I think I've allocated more than enough time.
Yeah. Yeah. And
the big process is going to be the editing.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And then, like you mentioned, we have our boy Jason playing the bodyguard. I can't wait to see how that goes.
Yeah, I told him...
He's a big fucking boy guy. Like, when you see me compared to him, just wait. If it gets published.
I explained to him that most of his role is looking scary,
which he is fantastic at.
And he explained he said oh yeah, I can do Sunday, and I was like, great. And he goes, now I gotta find out the perfect outfit to look scary. And I go, oh boy.
I really hope he didn't shave his beard that he had when I saw him last, because with that he's gonna look just.
He's gonna show up in like a black wife beater and a fucking do rag. He's gonna look like a demon.
He shows up with real drugs. I'm like, bro, what happened?
Bro, what is your problem? We're doing a little
He's
bit
like on
here.
perk. He's like, woo! Jason, what the fuck's going on?
Bro,
Man?
calm down.
What? I meant to ask you too. Like, should I wear anything specific? I was like, man, I kind of just got the Old Navy shirt on, but
You know what I want you to wear, Jordan?
naked.
Because all of your actual camera appearances are gonna be filmed tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know what I want you to wear? Blue Reebok shirt.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the blue Reebok.
Yeah.
Not even for any specific reason. It's not significant to the plot, literally at all. But it's it's the blue Reebok. You gotta wear it.
It's the classic.
It's the classic.
Yeah, I wanted to. It's funny because I wanted to wear the blue Reebok today. I was like, I don't know when we're doing the filming of all of us, which I figured was tomorrow because Jason will be there.
The
so
blue
I was
Reebok.
I was like, I kind of want to wear the blue Reebok, but then I was like, let me confirm with Chris first before I'm like, yo, blue Reebok, and you're like, bro, what
Just
the
don't
fuck?
show up in the Tom and Jerry drip.
I'll have the Tom and Jerry shirt, the fucking hat, the hoodie. I'm like, yo, what up, dog?
The socks.
The panties.
Just that. Just
I show up in a fucking G-string.
and
with Tom and
women's
Jerry.
underwear. I mean, Jordan, I think you're a little underdressed for
Fucking
this.
Letsy's underwear. I'm like, yeah, bro, check this
That's
out.
bizarre.
Fucking bizarre. But don't stress, Chris. We got this. I
got
mean, I know you're
this.
doing 95% of the work, but you got this.
I'm doing all the difficult work. I just
You have our support.
the only thing I'm thinking is how's your acting chops?
I've always thought they were fairly good. Like, I'm no fucking Chris Pratt over here, but...
Well, yeah, he gets paid a lot of money and you don't, so.
Damn, we're in the fucking... I mean, like that right there.
Bro, you make $2 a year.
That was last year, asshole. I made $225 now. Fucking inconsiderate
I'm
bitch.
sorry. You're gonna make, this year, you're gonna make $225 plus a steak dinner.
Provided by none other than Chris.
Because I promised to buy both these guys dinner
Yeah.
for helping me out.
But, no, I mean, I honestly, I've always found acting, just fun. So I think I'm gonna try my hardest. So.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good enough for a student film at the minimum,
Exactly.
at the least.
Like,
so.
I'm just looking for, one notch above porn acting, so.
Oh shit, bro! This ain't real drugs.
Oh my god, stepsis, you got stuck in the washing machine
just
again?
I reach into the drug bag, right? And I'm like, hey, yo, Jason, what you think? Oh shit, Jason, check me out, bro!
I'm stuck in the bag.
Grab me from behind and pull.
Oh no, my pants are slipping.
Oh, I shouldn't have put the belt oil on. Fuck. And then...
And then it devolves from there.
And then Chris somehow gets it spelled from school. No idea why.
My teacher sees it, she's like, this is an excellent representation of an LGBT relationship. I'm very proud of you for submitting this.
Literally, you replace the teacher. You become the teacher.
I become the
You are
teacher.
hired on the spot.
Fuck her doctorate. I become the teacher.
Well, why would you need a doctor if you get the doctorate? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That is what I'm
This
saying.
guy knows.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, I appreciate the fact, speaking of her doctorate specifically, she has one,
But she doesn't make
but
you know
she's
it.
not like you have to call me doctor, professor. I'm not gonna say. her
Remember
name.
that one staff employee at our high school that had the
Oh,
doctor?
yeah.
That call me doctor. You say miss or Mrs. and she's like,
It's doctor.
Doctor.
I didn't go to school to be called miss. I went to school to become called doctor.
Doctor.
Even if I had a doctorate, don't call me doctor. Okay.
A doctor to
Unless
me.
I was an actual like a medical doctor.
Yeah, I feel like a medical doctor is a doctor, not some person with a piece of fucking paper.
They get to be called a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a doctorate in psychology, I guess that is also kind of a
I
medical
guess that's
thing.
kind of a medical
So if you
doctor.
have a doctorate in computer science, you don't get to be called a doctor.
I'll call you fucking Dr. Binary. Fucking bitch ass binary. But so don't stress. We got you.
I'm stressing.
Got your back.
I'm freaking out.
We'll give you a massage. Massage.
Jordan, what about you?
Honestly, dude, I have been chilling. So it's been busy. I've been like extremely busy. I got this today and tomorrow. I got next weekend is obviously Easter Sunday weekend. So I got something Sunday, but that Saturday I have a Fenway game over in Boston. So I got to head on down,
Nice.
head on over to Boston. Bit of a trek, but I will be able to see the Red Sox. I've never been able to see them, actually. So.
I've been there once, but I'm not like a baseball fan, so.
I'm not really. I used to play baseball as a kid, like how you did karate at age 6, but I'm not a baseball fan. But I'm super into like, yeah, let's experience it. Like one time.
It's an event.
It's an event, exactly. It's like I'm not even that big of a music fan, but I went to a concert. I was like, this is a good time. I'm stuffy. There's people up my ass.
There's people everywhere.
But that was right before COVID too. But yeah, so we got that. Then the weekend after, some more bullshit. So it's gonna be a busy few weeks. But I've been kind of hanging in there. I'm kind of sad. I bought Green Hell VR, which is Green Hell, the survival game. You heard about that?
Yeah.
They ported it to Quest 2 on Thursday.
Okay.
Haven't been able to play it, so I'm kind of sad. But my usual stuff's been going on. I've been playing some Horizon. I have to say that game ends, and then it's very loose. It's just kind of like, yeah, here you go. And then you start doing side stuff, and you're like, bro, there's like a whole 20 hours of like good story stuff left. What the fuck?
Damn.
Like the main story ends, and then all of the side quests following. Not all of them. There's obviously some filler ones, but for the majority, it's like, wow, these actually like progress the time. Like it makes me wonder if you 100% the game, if there's a secret where it like ties into like an expansion or something that's coming.
I mean,
it could because
usually when
sick.
you 100% a game, there is like something there.
Yeah, because like the side quests is like talking about the main quest and actually advancing how the game ends. Like the game ends with them being like, all right, here's our plan. And then that's where you're like, oh, that's what we're going to do in the sequel. But you like kind of do it in the side quest. So it's pretty cool. I still fucking love that game, dude. But yeah, I got that. I still got to go back to Tiny Tina's Wonderland. So I've just been kind of chilling, coasting, working. I almost got fired yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yelled at a customer.
Oh, you
Rip.
You got on the phone and you were like yelling hateful slurs at a customer.
I didn't even. I just hit answer and like before they even
said anything,
little shit.
I just started yelling at them for literally no reason.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That's how it goes. So
it is what it is. You know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've been kind of hanging in there. My car
blew up.
I still have to do that work to it. My radio's broken because I banged it.
Oh yeah. Jordan punched his radio or something.
Yeah. I was driving and I was mad and I just like decked the radio and it went dark. It was like Bravo 6 going dark. Like the moment I made contact, all lights seized.
Oh my god.
It shut down. It still works. It's just dark.
It works. What of it?
I thought maybe I knocked loose a ribbon cable, but my thought is that that's probably not the case because there should be one main board right in the front with the display and buttons, not just
maybe you knocked that back or something.
Maybe, but like the buttons still work, which is in the knob and everything. Yeah. Everything on the front still works, but the display and the trim light that was around it. Which honestly, I had been trying to find a way to shut the light off anyway. But
well, there you go. But
if you have a radio, yeah.
If you do end up replacing it, might I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Get something that supports Android Auto.
So actually, I was looking.
I've been using Android Auto in my Fiesta.
Man, it's great.
That's mint.
Well, I was looking at some radios, and I found like a cheap one that doesn't. I don't think it has official Android Auto, but it does have mirror link, so you can mirror your phone to it. Which I was like, that might be the next best thing, kind of maybe.
Neat.
But I'm thinking of just if I'm gonna put the money into it because I plan to keep the car. Our boss actually kind of convinced me. He was like, well, you plan on keeping the car. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll put a good radio then. Like something with Android Auto. And if I scrap the car, I can always pull the radio right out.
Speaking of car audio, check this out. My Fiesta, I've noticed something.
What?
There are certain frequencies.
Fucking aliens.
When they play out of the the passenger side speaker, there's a slight noise. Like the speaker's starting to go bad already. So if it just goes bad, like it just goes, and it's like I could deal with it.
Could it be like a grounding issue because it is a GM kind of?
No, dude, it's a Ford. It's not a General Motors.
Car.
It's an American car, so it's full of electrical issues. Listen,
I thought Ford was GM too.
If it goes out, I'm just gonna take it to a place, and I'm just gonna have them put like a real system in it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do a subwoofer because that's a bit much.
That is a bit much.
But I'm gonna get like some JBL speakers and
something good.
have something nice.
Something toasty.
Maybe a new head unit, something that supports wireless Android Auto.
Ooh.
But that's expensive.
That's my other thing too. Is
That's
I wanted wireless
move.
Android Auto, so that's where I thought MirrorLink might be better for me because I don't want to fuck around with wires. I
Yeah.
don't like wires. That's the thing. Kind of a wireless guy.
Yeah, I would prefer wireless, but it is what it is. So once it like officially is like, oh, this is now happening with all music, because it happens like 2% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's
very
like
intermittent.
there will be like a note that is hit in a song, and it'll just go. It'll just make like an extra little noise.
Yeah. So, fun fact about speakers, you're talking about speaker noise. There's this really cool feature the PS5 has, where the controller has a speaker built in, but it's designed so poorly that it always rings, even when nothing's happening.
Nice.
So if you put it up to your ear, you just hear ee the whole time, nonstop, endlessly.
Actually,
well engineered.
on one of my main channel videos, I had this computer, and it had like a computer tower. It had like a little tiny built-in speaker in the back.
Piezo speaker or just an
No,
actual
like
speaker?
an actual little speaker.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
And it was the worst thing I've ever used. Because I was like, I played something, I was like, oh, there's audio coming out of this. And so I like cranked it up, and so you picture like an audio wave, right? Kind of like what we got going on here.
Yeah.
But all
Highs
the
and lows.
all the frequencies, the highs and the lows, it cuts off 60% of each.
So you have a very narrow margin.
So I was playing something out of it, and it just completely unintelligible.
Yeah.
I forget what video it was, but if you scroll through all of them, you might find it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Damn. Yeah, I actually did something the other day with my Mark IVs. So I think I mentioned this in the podcast, how I had a shit ton of lag, latency, and like stuttering on my Mark IVs when I used Windows Bluetooth. So I bought a little adapter that only hooks up to the Mark IVs. And I did like a latency test on YouTube because I was just like, something just
is off.
Feels off. But somehow those babies are on the money. So like I read a comment that was like, oh, what if your headset's off by like 1 second? Then it's in sync with the video. So what I did is I slowed it down by 0.7 to 0.75. So that way it's not perfectly in 1 second intervals.
Yeah.
And it was still perfectly in sync. And I'm like, damn, they're just on the money. But I think it's just something about like Horizon primarily, where like something about the facial animation. And also keep in mind that was on my Windows PC versus plugging it into the PS5. So I guess it's apples to oranges. But I was just surprised. I'm like, I just felt like there's always been a little bit of latency. But I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed latency a little bit with my Galaxy Buds even. Not
to the phone.
Yeah, to my phone.
Yeah.
It's not enough to be like annoying. I notice it like if I pay very close attention.
Yeah, like if I'm watching a video of someone talking, then I'm like, I can clearly see
oh,
latency.
this guy's mouth stopped moving 200 milliseconds after.
Yeah.
Not even like 50 milliseconds after the audio
But
stopped.
I'm not like, this is impossible.
This is unusable.
Irreparable damage has occurred.
So
yeah.
the Galaxy Buds or the Bluetooth situation on my phone has been like weird lately.
What's going on with
Sometimes like I think I fixed it. I think I figured out what was happening because this is an issue that only occurred when I used them at work. So like if I put Galaxy, because I put one free ear, because I want full awareness out of at least one ear, so I'm not going to use pass through. So as it's full awareness out of one ear, so one ear, and that's the one towards the door and the phone, and this other ear is where my earbud is. Okay, sometimes only at work it would just randomly disconnect, and I would have to like unpair them and reconnect them to my phone. I think I figured out what was going on. Because I got a pop-up, because I just happened to have my work laptop open. I had a pop-up. It was like, Windows, anytime Bluetooth, or some dumb shit like that.
Right.
And I guess picks up random Bluetooth devices in the room. and for some reason it was trying to connect to my Galaxy Buds, I think.
Yeah.
And it was overriding the connection of my phone.
That's funny. Yeah.
So I turned that off, and it hasn't happened since.
Yeah.
So I think that was the issue. I was like, there's something wrong with either the phone or, like, these earbuds. Mm-hmm. And it's starting to annoy me because both of these things were very expensive.
Yeah.
But I think I figured it out.
There's something very weird with my phone and the Galaxy Buds. So when I had my Note 10 and my older Galaxy Buds, like, you would pop the case, and it was, like, fractions of a second, and it was repaired.
Yeah.
It was good to go. That happens about 6% of the time with this phone. The other, like, 10% of the time, it pops up, and it does that little animation like it's connecting for the first time. Oh. And then it goes through and connects, and it's, like, the most frustrating thing.
Mine's fine.
And then, I think it's because this is the flip or whatever, so I think it's confused as to what state it's in when it's flipped.
Oh, okay.
Not to mention, I also have that battery saver thing turned on when folded, so I thought that could be an issue.
Oh, so maybe it, like, turns off Bluetooth when it's folded or something?
I'm thinking when it's folded, it turns off Bluetooth seeking, so then the earbuds have to be like, hey, I'm here, bitch, and then it's like, okay.
Knock on the door. Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking it is. But the other thing is, fuck was I gonna say? The earbuds, the Mark IVs connect almost instantaneously, and I've only connected them when I had the phone out, so that's where I kind of got the theory from. I just haven't tested it because it's not that big of a pain, but it was doing some dumb shit the other day that was infuriating me. I used my car radio, Bluetooth, and what I did was I turned off the ignition, I didn't open the door, and I left it connected to the radio. So I put in the earbuds, and I hit play, and it started playing through the earbuds. It kind of selected what audio output. Then I opened the door, and because it disconnected Bluetooth, it turned off the audio, which I knew it would do. So then I hit the button to play. I walked 10 feet, and it paused itself. And I'm like, no big deal. 10 more feet. It fucking kept pausing itself every 10 feet. Like, it just kept pausing on me. And I had to completely wipe the Galaxy app and then repair it.
Jesus.
Something about my car radio and my phone, they were just like,
They didn't want to talk.
It just kept pausing every 10 seconds.
That's bizarre.
It was so annoying. Like, you're trying to listen to something, it's like, oh, okay, I'm good. Oh, and we're back. So mad.
Yeah.
So annoying.
I do like the pairing of the Galaxy Buds. It's quite nice because I've used other wireless earbuds, and anytime you pair them, it's like a process.
Right.
Like my other...
Go download their app and shit.
Like my other wireless earbuds I have 2 pairs of, like, true wireless earbuds that I actively use. I have the Galaxy Buds, which is, like, I use that during the day, you know, most of the time. And then I have a set of Raycon E25s, which they're cheap, they fit in my ears nice, and they sound okay. And I use those, like, when I'm in bed, so they're on my nightstand. And when you open the Galaxy Buds, the case, you open it, you put it in your ear, audio is already playing. You can just play audio. You just put that bitch in your ear and you're good to go.
Yeah.
The Raycons, you, like, take the case out, you gotta wait for the little light to turn on, you take it out, you put it in your ear, and it goes, Raycon, power on, connected. And then audio starts playing.
That's funny. Yeah, it's kind of like what the Sonys do sometimes, where it's like,
or sometimes,
power on.
For some, like, weird reason, sometimes it'll go, power on. Pairing mode. Connected. Pairing mode. Connected. And then it'll play.
Makes sense.
And it'll be fine.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah,
you know, they really got it. They really did a good job at copying how convenient the AirPods are.
Yeah. And
that's my controversial opinion. And say what you will, Apple did it first, and they kind of revolutionized that. And I think Samsung conveniently just copied this, which is fine. It's finally a good feature that they have copied from Apple.
Right.
Like, they take most of the negative shit and rarely any of the good stuff.
I just wanted to see something real quick about the AirPods.
16.
So the reason I asked, so the Icon X's did that. They didn't do it as nice, like, you know, the fancy animation and shit.
Yeah.
The initial pairing was a pain in the ass.
That's very just directly taken from the AirPods.
Yeah. So with the Icon X's, it did the same thing where you'd pop them in and it connected. It wasn't quite as quick as it is nowadays, but I do have to say, like, the Icon X's were slept on for what they were. they were pretty gnarly. So July
was
and December.
Oh, okay.
So the Icon X's came out first. So I will say the idea of having a one-to-one proprietary earbud with the phone that obviously communicates better than like a third-party earbud was technically from Samsung. Apple definitely improved on it, though.
Did they have that instant pairing, though? Like, once it was paired to the phone, you open it, you pop the earbud, and it just paired.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had that. Now, the only problem with the Icon X is they had a fucking heartbeat monitor. So
they lasted like 35 minutes.
Literally, like 30 minutes.
Jesus
and they were dead.
Christ.
That's why they made the 2018 version so soon after, and they got rid of the heartbeat monitor.
The AirPods just did it a lot better.
Yeah.
They had that cute little animation.
Yeah.
So the Galaxy Buds have that.
Yeah. Which makes the initial pairing great. Like, when you get a new pair, and you're like, oh, pair.
And you're good to go.
Or, like, with the watch, it's great.
The funny thing about the Icon X's and Jordan's experience with them is I'm fairly certain he had, like, 3 pairs, because he had the original ones. And I think he had the new ones, and he left them at my house outside.
Yeah.
And then I found them, and I was like, hey, I found your earbuds. And this was, like, a week or 2 later. Like, I found these outside, so I don't know if they're still going to work. And he goes, I already bought a new pair. And I gave them back, and I don't remember if they worked or not after that.
They did, yeah. They did work. I
So
gave
then you
them
had
both
2
to
pairs.
my sister. I gave them to my sister and her wife, so...
There you go.
Yeah, they took them. And,
Icon X's. Leave them outside, give them to your sister and her wife.
Yeah, there you go. That should be their slogan for their 6-year-old earbuds.
For the earbuds they don't produce anymore.
But you know what's funny? Every time I talk to our boss, he's so funny because he's one of the smartest people I know. But in some ways, he's also the fucking goofiest. Because we'll talk about something like the Flip. I got the Flip and I was like, yeah, the phone's great. I like it. And then like I do like a month later impression where I'm like, well, I found these issues. And he's always like, oh, so it's not the best phone you ever owned. And I'm like, not only did I never say that, but also there's this thing called midlife impressions, right? It's why a lot of YouTubers go, here's the Steam Deck. And now 3 months later, they've been like, I've had the Steam Deck for 3 months. This is the downsides. This is the upsides.
This is why I
bitch.
preface, every time I complain about something in the Fiesta, that's why I preface by saying, I really love this car. Mm-hmm. It's a really fun car, and I would say it's the best one I've ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's the most fun one I've ever owned. I like it a lot. But here's a problem I found.
Right, and that's how it went. Like when I was getting the Flip and they announced it, I showed him. We watched like part of the introduction together, and I was talking about the specs and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the phone. I was like, the battery life's probably gonna suck, but I was like, I work in an office now, no big deal. And I told him that, and then I had the phone, and I was like, yeah, it's great. I like it so far, so good. I had it for like 2 weeks, and then I said on a random like Monday, I was like, yeah, the battery life does kind of suck on this phone. I had to do a little bit of tweaking to get it going. And he said, oh, I thought you loved it. I'm like, yes,
I do,
but I already told you the battery life
here's
was
a problem
be shit,
with it.
like from the get go, you know. But he always does that to me because I was like, I said that about I think my monitor too, or something like about my car. Same thing. I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's good. And then like a week later, I was like, well, I found this issue. Like, it's called a midlife review, man. You know, when you have more exposure to it, you start to find a little. Like your thing with the Fiesta. Was it the Fiesta, right? That you found the footrest wasn't right or some shit?
Oh, yeah. So the mat, the floor mat kept creeping up, and it would go over my clutch pedal occasionally. So I thought, like, there was something wrong with my clutch pedal. I was like, this is, like, too early for this to happen.
Yeah.
What's going on here? And then so it happened, and I looked, and the mat was, like, over the clutch pedal. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here.
Yeah.
So I, like, pulled over. I definitely looked like a crazy person. As I pulled over in a spot that I thought was closed, wasn't. It was like a car wash or something. They weren't closed. There was like one guy there, one like employee, and he was like looking at me. He was like, what's this guy doing? I'm sitting there, and I get out, and I handbrake, and I grab the mat out, and I open my back door, and I throw it in the back seat, and I drive off.
Guy's like, what the fuck?
What is this guy doing?
But yeah, I'm like, you just find little quirks here and there, you know? Like, just little things that you're like, I don't really like that, so. And I'm always one to do that. Like, I nitpick this phone all the time. All little things. I'm like, yeah, the battery kind of sucks. The camera's a bit subpar. But it's all things that I literally said were going to be a thing when they announced the phone. And I saw the specs, and I was like, oh. I literally remember saying to him, I'm buying a downgraded version of the phone I have now for the Flip mechanic. And then he was remarkably surprised when I was like, yeah, this is a downgrade of my previous phone. He's like, oh, it means it's shit. I'm like, fucking. Apple sheeple, fucking son of a bitch. him and his goddamn MacBook Air. I've been giving him so much shit lately because we were talking about his MacBook Air, and I was like, "Oh, you spent $1,700 on a laptop or $1,600 on a laptop." He goes, "Actually, it's the base model, so it was only $800." And I was like, "Oh, so you don't even have the good one." And I kept giving him shit, and I was like, "You bought the Cobalt LS of MacBooks. That shit has manual windows." I'm like, damn.
Explaining that you bought the Cobalt LS of anything is just like, I'd kill myself then and there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I've seen Jordan's Cobalt LS, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's reliable, though, so far.
I haven't driven it, so maybe you have more insight.
I like the drive. It's pretty good. It does that American car thing
where it doesn't work.
Where comparatively to like Letsy's Toyota, it's like you're driving, you're like, oh, I'm going through gears. I forgot this thing had gears in it. And to be honest, maybe her fucking car is a CVT and I just never realized it. But no, because it doesn't hold RPM, so it doesn't. But her car is like very seamless when you're driving. When my car does that really cool American car thing that every American car I've ever driven does, where it's like, oh, time to shift. All right, we're in second. All right, we're about to go into third. All right, we're in third.
My Suburban did that. It had like the worst 1-2 shift I've ever experienced.
Yeah, and it does this other really cool thing, right? Where it's like, it's designed to drive in cities and highways. Where average speed limit in cities
it's like every other vehicle.
Yeah, where it's like, average speed limit of 30 miles per hour in the city, 60, 65 on the highway. Where it does this cool thing where if you're at 30 miles an hour, it's like, do we want to be in first or second? Let's go to first. No, we're back in second. No, let's go back to first. No, wait, I think we're supposed to be in second.
So my Hyundai did the opposite thing, where it was like, okay, you're going 25. Let's be in 6th gear right now. So then what would happen is if you took a corner, you slowed down, you took a corner, and then you had to accelerate.
Would it like buck?
Out of the corner, so you would go, oh, it'd be nice if I could get some more power out of this right now. So I'm just going to like keep putting my foot more and more down on the pedal. It's like, come on, it'd be nice to get some power out of this now. It would be nice to get some power out of this. And then the ECU would be like, oh, that's right, we're supposed to shift. And would shift you down to second. Your RPMs would go to like 5,000. And then you would be like, okay, all right, that's enough. It's enough.
The car's like, huh? Oh, shit, we're stuck. Second, go.
Hang on, 2. We got it.
2, we got it. Wait, we're going 60 and we're in 2? Fuck.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my car does that too, where if I'm on the highway, if I'm going 65 and I need gas, we're good. No problem. If I'm going 50 and I need gas, it's like, hang on, buddy. Like,
hang on, whoa.
Like, if I'm going 50, I could put it practically to the floor, and it's just kind of like...
Yeah, I would have to give, like, 3/4 throttle for it to, like, actually do something.
Yeah. But then if I'm going 65 and I even, like, touch the gas, it's like, oh, we're going 90, let's go.
Oh, all right. Yeah, understandable.
So, yeah, it just does that
I mean,
cool
that's something that I've just enjoyed about... driving manual in general. Is just because, like... Well, I get to pick what gear this is in.
Yeah.
Bro, shut up.
Yeah.
You're not. What are you crying for?
Because he's fat.
He's a fat idiot. Yeah, you heard me.
But yeah, I don't know. It's something about American cars that every time I've driven one, it just like shifts remarkably hard.
Because
even newer ones. So
the transmissions in them are made like crap usually.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
So, take that as you will. American cars, what I've noticed, just with the limited experience I have, is like, they always have like one kind of downside, right? So it's like, take like the 4-liter V6, or I think it was an inline 6, that was in Jeeps. Like it was in the Wrangler and the Cherokee from like, I think the late 90s to the mid 2000s. And now, don't quote me on any of this. I just know that this one problem exists. Fantastic engine. Bulletproof. Valve train is made of, like, paper. So it has all kinds of valve train issues. So, sometimes it's just, you get an issue with your valves.
Yeah.
Or the Ram Cummins diesel. And technically the engine isn't made by Chrysler, it's made by Cummins, but whatever. Excellent engine. transmission made of glass.
First pothole, just
Like
glass
if you
falls
got a mid-90s, like a first gen Cummins with an automatic transmission, you're going through like 5 transmissions.
Yeah.
But so the move with those is to get the manual.
Yeah.
So, or get a built transmission. So.
Right.
I've noticed they've always just had like this one really good aspect, and then just they just pair it with some other crap.
Yeah.
Aspect. So.
Yeah, makes sense. I have noticed that as well. It's even like Explorers too. Like everything about Explorers is reliable, but then you just get to the transmission.
Same thing with my Suburbans, like the 5.3 Vortec or 5.3 LS. Beautiful engine. Fantastic. You can still buy one today. You can still buy a truck with that 5.3 V8. But the 4L60E that was in the 99 to 06 GM trucks, garbage transmission.
Yeah.
Bad transmission.
Yep.
Replaced by the 4L80E, excellent transmission. So if you have the 5.3 Vortec, the 4L80E, or the 6L80E,
Bulletproof.
excellent truck. The rust is probably going to kill it before anything else.
Yeah. But if you're not in New England.
If you're not somewhere where they put salt on the, like literal corrosive materials on the road, then you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Just start using acid instead.
I don't think that would work.
I think it would.
I have one final observation I have to make, because I need to bring this up in this episode, because it's an observation from last episode.
From 87?
Yeah, we talked about school.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general. And
I thought about high school, right?
Yeah, and I thought about this. In high school, there were two subsets. There was 2 sets of kids, I think. Like, mainly. There's kids who got it, and kids who didn't. The kids who got it were the people who understand, like, the stuff I do here doesn't really matter, right? Getting into trouble or, like, not doing all my work, it's not a big deal. And there's the kids who didn't get it. It was like, I cannot get detention. I can't get... And obviously, the repercussions for that are mostly, like, at home. And if you have a bad home life, that's... Maybe you understood, but you didn't have an option. But the kids who got it and had the right home life were demons. They were enjoying high school to the fullest. I was very much like restrained. So like, through all my schooling, I never got like any disciplinary anything. Like I never got suspended or like in detention or like in school suspension or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, I feel like if I went back and I was like, I had that knowledge of like, if I got a detention here, who cares?
Right.
So I feel like I would have been a little bit more of a menace, but
yeah, I was pretty good. I only had detention like twice, I think, in middle school, never in high school. But like,
I had 2 lunch detentions in 7th grade.
Shit.
In 7th grade, you would get my school. I don't know if all schools have this, but you'd get a lunch detention. So it's like they would hand you a little slip, and you had to go eat lunch in the ISS room. So like where they put the kids in ISS. They were under the gym in this, like, dungeon. This room that's all gray. And it smelled bad in there. And it was dead silent.
Made sense.
And it was right above the gym, so if there's a class, like there was a gym class going on, it sounded like they were throwing chairs above you. It sounded like there was, like, a circus going on.
Yeah.
So... I did. That was the only like real disciplinary action I had in school. I was like, I had to do that twice.
Yeah, I might have had one ISS. I don't think I ever did like anything like that. I might have had a lunch detention, but I primarily just had 2 like regular after school detentions, and they were whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it would have been cool to kind of go back and just do something a little menace-like.
Just get a little crazy, get a little
trolling.
kooky.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day. What's the worst that could happen? You get detention, you gotta stay at school for an extra hour or whatever.
It seems like such a big deal when you're there.
It's very innocuous. It's very much a nothing punishment. The only time it would really come into play is like if you have a job, like and a lot of kids at school did. It's like, oh, I gotta be at work at 4, but I get detention, so I gotta call in. I gotta go. Like I can't be in today. But most of the time, the case is like, so what? Yeah. I'm here an hour late.
Right.
Or like, I gotta do all my schoolwork in this quiet room for the day.
Kind of seems better than the regular schooling.
Dude, honestly.
Yeah, I thought back to high school a little bit. This week when we were talking to someone at work about it. And I kind of wish I could just, like, go back for, like, 1 year. Like, just relive 1 year. Because I just don't remember, like, a lot of the little shit, Like, the little innuendos, the little things that just happen.
Just just going back and doing, like, senior year again would be nice.
Yeah. Just, like, the little nuances that you just forget about.
Because, like, even now, we've only been out for, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
Still, or, like, almost, we're pushing almost 4. Like, next year will be 4, right? So, if it just did that, just in that small gap of time, the knowledge you gain, just going back and be like, what, none of this matters.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to call my teacher a bitch. It is what it is. She knows I hate her, and she knows I hate her, and she hates me too. So
Chris has a very
does it matter?
Specific moment that he would like to be a menace in.
Listen. I'm not saying do anything that has legal repercussions. Because if you're in high school, they'll definitely get you on that. If you're in middle school, maybe you can get away with it.
Maybe. Yeah.
If you're in elementary school, you can definitely get away with it.
Imagine going back with the brain you have now to, like, 4th grade.
Dude, I would be... I was already in, like, gifted classes, so I'd be like... They'd be like, this kid is a fucking... How does he do this?
They're like, what's 9 plus 10? You're like, well, as a matter
21.
of fact, 9 times 10 is actually 90. They're like, what?
But, like, you could probably get away with it in elementary school. Because, like, if a 4th grader slaps their teacher, what does a 4th grade slap really constitute?
4th grade slap, right? You're a 4th grader, but you have the same strength as now, so you fucking...
Oh, my God.
You fucking lay your teacher out.
In 4th grade, I also had a teacher who was, like, her first year teaching. She was, like, 22 or something. So, like, if that was the case, just be like...
Hey, bitch. Right on the...
Dead. Instantly.
Chris is like... He's in 4th grade body. He's, like, flirting over there. She's like, what the fuck?
Why is this kid doing this to me right now?
Your dad's getting in so much trouble. They're like, what are you teaching him?
What are you doing to this kid?
Oh, man. That'd be funny. But, that's all I got for this episode.
That's it. It's another short one next time, too.
Yeah. Probably don't be 2 short ones, kind of shorter ones back to back, but it's fine. Not everyone wants to be here for fucking an hour and 40 minutes.
Remind everyone of the platforms that we're leaving.
So find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, the RSS feed, and of course Pocket Cast, my app of choice. You can also contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me, comments, questions, concerns, and death threats. And as always, Instagram, TED Talk linked below, and the YouTube comments section. Let us know what you want to see, any ideas, and more importantly, death threats. So, Bye.
Yep.